welcome to Cult Classic Society, the podcast where I, Tim Martini, and my pal, Bobby Davis,
Hello.
go through the movies, the games, the comics, the music, any form of media that we love. We're going to talk about it, and of course, you're going to listen to it. But first, Bobby, are we technically on season 2 now?
Is that what you're trying to do? Is it you're trying to push it as season 2?
Well, we just celebrated a big milestone. It felt like a big wrap up, and then
I mean, if you wanna put it that way, we can put it that way, I suppose.
yeah, season 2 of Cult Classic Society. We left with a cliffhanger of Evil Dead, just like The Simpsons with Who Shot Mr. Burns. We're gonna solve that at the end of this episode too.
We're gonna show who shot Mr. Burns.
Exactly. I think it was Waylon Smithers.
I think it was Marge Simpson.
But of course, Bobby, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Good. The summer's ticking by and it's shit. So, just
It's so grey.
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? Have we had one sunny day? It's been awful.
No, we haven't.
Well, this podcast should hopefully cheer everyone up. Let's, I say that. Spooky podcast time.
Yes, it's a spooky podcast because we are back in the world of Evil Dead.
We're on Tim's marathon.
Yes, we are. And when we last spoke about Evil Dead, you weren't the biggest fan of it.
I found the first one super cheesy. I couldn't really get into it. I found it difficult to get into, for sure.
That's fair enough, but we're going to keep along on this, and we're going to go into Evil Dead 2, which came out in 1987. And do you know who we actually have to thank for this movie coming out?
No, I saw something about this. Someone funded it, didn't they? And I can't remember who.
Stephen King.
Ah, yes.
So Stephen King was such a massive fan of the first Evil Dead.
No accounting for taste.
He convinced the production studio DEG, because they financed his movie the year before, Maximum Overdrive.
Okay.
And they funded Evil Dead 2. But if you notice in the opening credits for Evil Dead, there's no reference to DEG.
No.
There's a reference to a company called Rosebud.
Like Citizen Kane.
Like Citizen Kane. So this is not a real company.
Okay.
This was... So when Evil Dead 2
This is the
was
start of
coming
Evil
out...
Dead 2, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when Evil Dead 2 was coming out, it was going to get a explicit rating, so X-rated or unrated. DEG wasn't legally allowed to distribute an unrated movie.
Right.
So, to get around this, they made up a production company called Rosebud.
Fair. Fans of Citizen Kane. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would hope so. So this time we actually get a proper introduction to what the Necronomicon is.
They used the word Necronomicon, which they didn't in the first one, and even I know what the Book of the Dead's called.
Exactly.
They didn't use it.
But we finally get a nice little stop animation over it.
Yeah, so I said immediately this feels like the Twilight Zone. Like the old school, the 70s, or 50s through 70s one.
The scary door.
Yeah, we'd literally taken a walk through the scary door.
But we seem to go back to Evil Dead 1, because Ash and Linda seem to be heading to the cabin for the first time.
Is that also a different Linda? Is that a different actress?
That's a different actress.
Because she's got short hair now, right?
Yes. So...
And they redid a ton of it, right?
Yes, so there's a massive reason for this.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi didn't have the rights to Evil Dead 1. So...
Hollywood.
Yeah, so to get around it, they had to reshoot.
Because he cuts off his arm in a different room of the house.
That's in Army of Darkness. In this, it's just Linda being taken away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in this one, it's just Linda's being taken away. No other 5 members of the crew.
None of them, no.
Yeah, but they get through all that in the first 5 minutes, so they click along. So Bruce Campbell says the way to watch these movies back to back is to watch the first Evil Dead up until the moment where the camera goes right into that ending. They skip the first 5 minutes of Evil Dead 2 where that moment happens again.
Yeah. And
that's how you watch Evil Dead back to back.
I bet you've sat and done that session, haven't you?
I actually haven't. Because I like the first 5 minutes because you see how much of a sleazeball Ash is.
Oh, he's such a knob. Why is he taking someone back to that cabin?
Oh, no, because it's his first time.
What?
They're retconning the first Evil Dead. So when he goes back to the cabin with Linda, this is basically him going for the first time.
But doesn't he go again?
No, this is him being there again.
Oh, so they've literally got rid of the first Evil Dead completely?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get that. I thought it was like a sequel and he was bringing another girl.
No. This is them redoing the first movie.
Well, I've completely misunderstood the whole thing.
And that's why I didn't want to tell you. Because he's been asked so many times, why does Ash go back to the cabin?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
He does. He does go back to the cabin. This is 2, so it's a sequel.
But
Numbering system's all wrong.
So this is when you see him. He's a sleazeball because he goes, "Hey, baby, you want some champagne? After all, I'm a man, and I enjoy women. At least last time I checked."
I've noted. I've noted down some of these sleazeball lines in here. We'll get to it.
Oh
Yeah, there he is. I said there's a cringe ass line about being a man and a woman, and then he finds the tape player.
Yeah, which just has the Necronomicon right next to it.
Yeah, convenient this time around.
Convenient. He doesn't need to go into the cellar this time.
No.
And we get flashbacks to the professor and his family actually discovering the Necronomicon.
So yeah, we don't just hear the voices this time. We actually see the characters.
Because we actually get an enlarged budget. But 5 minutes in, and Linda already gets snatched.
Yes, is that what it's called? Is that the terminology? Snatched.
Well, she gets dragged away, like you don't see her.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
And then she comes back as a.
This one isn't as porny as the last time.
No, thankfully.
I said when she's attacking Ash, it's like lucky that random shovel's there.
Exactly, goes straight into the decapitation, and then that's when they recreate the final shot, which this time was actually instead of like having 2 people hold the camera, they mounted it onto a motorbike.
Oh, is that how they did it?
Yeah, this time.
Yeah, fair. That makes sense.
And Bruce Campbell claims in that shot, camera rammed right into his jaw and broke it.
There's enough of it.
Yeah. See, that's what he claims, but Sam says no. That happened in the first movie.
Yeah, well, it's the 80s. It was a long time
Exactly.
ago. Who remembers?
But we see what happens to Ash in that moment, and he gets possessed.
He does. Yes.
And then.
I've written, how did he survive that as well?
Exactly.
The, like, flying around.
I mean, he survives a lot in these 2 movies.
God, yeah.
But then the sunlight removes the...
So I posited this at the end of the last episode. I was
Yes.
like, oh, is he going to get to daylight and then Linda's going to be saved?
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. The sunlight came and they were still possessed, right?
No, he didn't. By the time sunlight came, he had already killed all his friends.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So if he just waited
If he just waited...
in the alternate universe of the first movie.
But then, obviously, he passes Ash after having the demon influence removed from him. He just passes out. Probably because of the trauma and possession. And then...
I've written here, how does Bruce Campbell look younger in this movie than the first one?
I think it's the hair.
The hair, yeah.
Yeah. And also more makeup on him.
Maybe, yeah. Better budget, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really... So when he wakes up again, there's a nice like full 360 pan of like seeing Ash, and it goes around the entire woods, looks at the cabin, then looks back at Ash.
Yeah.
It's like 30 seconds. It's unnecessary, but I
Nice
like it because
that shot was probably got a third of the budget.
But I like it just because it's like Ash is like still trying to process everything that happens.
Can I just also ask?
Yeah.
He slept with his legs in a puddle the entire night, right?
Yes.
That bro's got trench foot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he has to. I love that he runs to the car and then the cabin just turns into a skull saying "Join us."
Oh, and then the smoke going back into the trees and stuff.
Yeah.
Join us. I feel like Cultaholic borrowed that.
I was gonna say, it looks so cheesy, but then I like the next shot. Like it makes it does look like there's still a skull, but you see Ash looking like he's still crazy. Like maybe he just imagined it.
Yeah, man, bro's already gone crazy. I will say that. We'll talk about it later when he goes more crazy. But yeah, I got some points to say about that.
He drives to the bridge, which of course is destroyed.
That bridge is fucked up, yo.
It's literally in the shape of a hand.
I don't even know, like, how does it get that badly done?
The demons.
The demons, yeah. I suppose.
Because then the demons again, they. So this is another thing they have. They seem to have weird time manipulation because they made it go the sunset very fast.
Yeah, I've written that here. Like, how did the sun disappear so quick? And also, Bruce isn't the best actor, is he?
He's not the best, but also like it's a B movie, so like he's overacting, and I think it works with him.
I've written it. So can he see the spirit that's chasing him?
Yes.
Because I got the opinion in the first movie that they couldn't see them.
So again, they never fully explain it. It's just a thing that happens. I've always took it that they can see something heading towards them, because as we discover later in the movie,
like it hasn't a mist.
Like a mist, because as they establish later in the movie, it hasn't got a physical form yet because they need to summon it.
Okay,
so I've always established that they see a presence or like mist moving towards them. Like there's some black smoke from Lost.
Oh God, don't Lost.
But so it chases him all the way into
a tree.
Into a tree where he literally dived out the windshield.
And what have we learned from that, Timothy?
Always wear your seatbelt.
Always wear your seatbelt, kids. Always wear your seatbelt.
But what I love is then the demon chases him through the entire cabin.
That is the best shot in the entire movie.
Oh yeah, it's impressive.
That's so
right?
well done. Was it all done in one, or you're Mr. Behind the Scenes for this? I would have thought.
There's one hidden cut, but most of it is a one-er.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It puts Scorsese to shame with his ones.
But what I love is like the moment that he goes back to living and hides in the cellar, the corner he goes around, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I was like, where did he fucking go? He seems to get away easy, and the spirit gives up easily as well.
So she looks around and just reverses out of there.
Beep, beep. I actually wrote here, the spirit going through the forest sounds like a motorbike.
Yeah.
So they left the sound on as well.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But it adds to it, because especially when it reverses, it's like
Yeah.
rumbling away.
Yeah, I'm sure they must have put it through some kind of process. But if you listen to it, I listened to it on really good headphones, so I could tell.
Yeah. So while that's happening, Annie lands back in America with more pages of the Necronomicon.
Yeah, I did also think, sorry, just to jump back a sec, why did he hide in the place where they threw the possessed girl last time? But obviously, it's retconned.
Yeah, retcon, so that she doesn't exist. His sister doesn't exist.
No one exists anymore.
But you want to know something funny about all this? The Evil Dead 1 canon is the canon in the Ash vs. Evil Dead TV show.
Of course it is.
The canon is fucked up beyond belief.
This is worse than the fucking Simpsons canon.
Yeah. So Annie lands back in America, and Ed explains that he hasn't heard back from her father. I wonder why.
I was saying, damn, she's the professor's daughter, I see.
Yeah. While Ash gets out of the cabin, the piano from the bedroom starts playing. And
Why did he just sleep in a chair as well? I'd be fucking hiding or leaving or something.
I think he just passed out.
But he was already hiding. Just sleep in the cellar at this point.
Well, we'll find out why that's a bad idea later.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that at this point.
Yeah.
Logically speaking, the cellar's the safest place.
So the piano starts playing the last song he played to Linda, so he starts to cry. And then the windows break and we see zombie Linda.
How is she already that rotten?
Who knows?
You wouldn't... I think a body that's been dead for a day wouldn't be decomposed at all.
Who knows? But some fun stop motion as she's dancing with a decapitated head.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I was like, has Ash gone mental already?
Yeah, it gave me Tim Burton vibes.
I said that as well.
Yeah.
This is so much like something you see like one of the B bits from Nightmare Before Christmas or something.
Yeah,
they're all dancing and throwing their heads around.
So she literally teleports to the cabin and literally just starts slamming his head into the window.
Her makeup is much better than any of the ones in the first one.
Oh yeah, like the budget is like so good. But then after
he was losing a fight to a dismembered head.
Yeah, but then after that happens, he wakes up in the chair again.
Yes.
So was it all a dream?
No, I think he's better.
No, because Zombie's head just drops onto his lap.
Oh yeah, and screams at him. Yeah.
And she bites his hand.
Here we go.
And I was gonna say, I love, like, he might not be a good emotive actor, but his physical acting, it's second to none.
Dude's got those John Cleese, as we mentioned, and Jim Carrey vibes, man.
Oh yeah, because when he's like having to like run out the cabin while zombie Linda's biting his hand, he's just slamming it everywhere.
Oh, no, I say those two, but actually the one who reminded me most of everyone we've kind of covered, we've not covered Jim Carrey yet, but is Rick Mao.
Yes.
The way he would, like, if he had something like that, that's exactly how I think he would have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just does it so perfectly.
He goes to the work shed and I was like, does he remember the last film?
No, I think he just knows his work shed. But I have a fun thing about that one line. So obviously he says the line work shed. So apparently when he first said that line, the audio was so bad that he had to dub that line in. That's why it sounds so clean. 9 years later, when he was filming his cameo for Escape from LA, the first thing that Kurt Russell said to him was work shed.
Did he get it straight away?
Oh yeah, he knows it because
it's a thing.
It's a funny thing.
I love that he puts the head straight into a workbench clamp.
Yeah.
What?
And he's looking for the chainsaw, and who has it? Zombie Linda's body.
Here it comes, yeah.
And the first thing he just like gets a crowbar, knocks it into Zombie's Linda, and just black goo goes everywhere.
I love that when she's trying to use the chainsaw, it just gets like stuck in the ceiling and stuff.
Yeah. And she's like controlling the body with her like mind, like guiding it.
Yeah. I do. There was one thing here where at this point I'm like, oh, the effects are much better. The practical and the kind of their version of what early CGI effects are much better. Why is the chainsaw so clean? Where's the continuity director? Where's that script editor?
Well, don't forget he hasn't used the chainsaw at this point.
No, once he uses it.
Oh, on the second time. Yeah, you're right.
It becomes like beautifully clean again.
Marketing.
Hope someone got fired for that blunder.
But before he goes to use the chainsaw, he gets some emotional torture.
Oh yeah, the head turns back.
Back to normal, starts crying. And then...
That's like the biggest game these zombies play. Or the dead play. All the viciousness and attacking, but when they turn them back to what they looked like before.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then she also saying she's burning in hell. So he goes, okay, uses the chainsaw, blood goes everywhere, hits the lights.
And then it's clean again. I do like that he clearly cut that face right down the centre.
Oh yeah, so perfect. But I just love how it's like it just fades to black and then fades out again as him just leaving the workshed.
This is a point where I made a note that this movie just gets started so much quicker.
Yeah.
We're 22 minutes in. It's already a dead zombie.
Oh yeah.
I use the word zombie. Is that the right? I don't know.
Deadites.
Deadite. Is that what they're called? Is it?
Yeah. I don't think that term officially comes into canon until 3. But then that's how it goes from there on out. So he goes back into the room and he finds himself a shotgun.
The thing I like about this is he looks like a video game protagonist now.
Yeah.
I got a chainsaw and a shotgun.
But as he's using the shotgun, he walks up to the chair that just starts moving by himself.
Yeah, moaning a lot.
Yeah. And as he goes, the chair just stops it, so he just freaks out.
Why did he fucking try and touch it? That's such a dumb thing to do.
And he talks to his reflection, and his reflection chokes him.
This was cool. This was a really good effect. Presumably it's a body double with the back to the camera and stuff. But the way I obviously genuinely thought it was a mirror. They matched up so well. And he leaps through in one lovely swift movement.
What I love is like you can see like the evil version of him, his reflection has darker eyebrows to indicate that he's more evil.
Not quite the same person.
Yeah, exactly.
I liked it. It was great.
It's so good. And
then I saw he has the black veins.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So his right hand's infected, which just has great physical acting because that's Bruce Campbell now controlling his hands if it's possessed.
I like. Obviously, this came before it, but it really reminds me of Liar Liar.
Yes.
I'm kicking my what are you doing? I'm kicking my ass.
But I just love the give me back my hand.
When he calls them, you dirty bastards, give me back my hand. And I wrote here, it must be his wanking hand.
Yeah, that's what I always thought. Like, but
that's my favourite hand.
So Ed and Annie run into the broken down bridge, and
I thought her name was Alice.
No, Annie.
Annie, did I get that wrong?
Yes, and this is where they meet Jake and Bobby Joe.
The hillbillies.
Yes.
She looks far too put together to be a hillbilly. He looks like a hillbilly.
So you know what's funny about Bobby Joe? She was originally based off a classmate of Sam Raimi.
Yes.
Like, her exact personality and everything and her looks. They wanted to cast her as Bobby Joe. The studio said you need to find someone more attractive.
Ooh. Well, they did a good job because this couple do not make any sense.
Oh, yeah.
She looks like someone from the city who's just put on a fucking dungaree. Yeah. And he is punching well above his weight.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So they say, well, we'll take you over the trail for $100. Yeah. And she said, we'll pay you that if you carry my bags.
Oh, that's such a good joke.
And he thinks it's just a handbag.
The satchel, yeah.
Yeah, and the pages. Well, we'll find out later. She has a lot more luggage.
She's got a fucking, those big luggage carriers from the 40s.
Yeah.
I said, don't trust these hillbillies. There's something evil about them already.
Yeah. And this is just one of my... This whole sequence is
I actually said the hand attack in Ash is brilliant. I reckon he's been watching Rick Mail, who at this point had already done the young ones.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's been watching some
So I just love first he tries to drown their hands.
Yeah. Stupid idea.
So the plate shot, that was all done in his first take.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And he couldn't take a second one?
No, he just improvised it as well, and Sam just loved it.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was very good.
It was so hilarious. They obviously speed up the footage, when he makes himself flip over, but it's just so good.
I love the bit where the hand notices the cleaver.
And it's such dragging him across.
Just the physical movement of the hand.
Yeah.
It legitimately looks like the hand is noticing it.
Yeah.
It's very good.
And also the hand's making noises.
Yeah.
And then I love the POV shot of the hand moving towards as well.
With the judder.
Yeah.
Dragging Ash's body.
And then Ash stabs the hand and then cuts off with a chainsaw.
This is the bit where I wrote that I think he was clearly told that the first one came across very cheesy.
Yeah.
And now he's just playing into it.
Yeah, I think this is what both him and Sam realised.
I meant Sam, sorry, more than Bruce.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think that it's much better when they're playing into the hamminess than when they're not trying to do it on purpose.
Yeah, absolutely, because like the moment he just like cuts off the hand with a chainsaw going, who's laughing now?
I said that, I don't know why, but the hand to me sounded like, do you remember Huey, Louie and Dewey?
Yes.
Donald Duck, not Donald Duck, Scrooge McDuck's nephews.
Yeah.
Well, they are Donald's as well.
Yeah, they're Donald's sons.
Oh, they're his nephews, aren't they? I thought they were all nephews. I don't know. Either way.
No, they're his kids because they're Scrooge's nephews.
I thought they were just both their nephews.
No.
So anyway, they make loads of noises, and then he stabs his own hand.
Yeah, and then cuts off with a chainsaw.
Who's laughing now? Because it was the laugh that sounded like Huey, Louie and Dewey.
Yeah. And then he buries the hand in a bucket, puts a couple books on there, and the book on top, A Farewell to Arms.
Yeah, that was a good joke. I wrote that. The book he uses, A Farewell to Arms. Yeah. Good, really good little joke.
Would you believe when I took my partner to see this, they legitimately turned around and said to me, "Is this a comedy?"
It ventures on dark comedy for sure.
Oh yeah. It was at this point I was like, how could you ask me that question?
I see where they were coming from. I genuinely think it ventures onto dark comedy.
But they made in the sense of like, were they intentionally making jokes, or was it just that stupid? I was like, no, this was intentional.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is where I go. You can tell that the arm is his balled up hand inside because it's just longer than the other arm.
So the hand breaks loose and runs into the mouse hole.
I actually said the animation here reminded me of Nightmare Before Christmas as well, for sure.
And it gets caught in a mouse trap.
The hand, well, just before that though, I love that the hand is really unimpressed at Ash's shooting. Yeah. It's so funny. And how they got that across as well. Really clever.
It gets caught in a mouse trap. Ash laughs at it, just flips him off. And Ash just looks like so shocked that the hand did that. Like, how dare you?
It's my own hand. So you don't know where that middle finger's been, but I do.
So he just starts shooting at it.
Yeah. Through the wall.
Through the wall, and the wall just starts gushing blood.
It's a bit of a gusher, doesn't it?
Some blood and then black fluid.
He says, "Got you, didn't I, you little sucker?" And have you ever seen the movie Bowfinger?
Yes.
That reminds me of the line they make Eddie Murphy's character say at the end.
Yeah. I don't know why that whole thing reminds me. Have you seen the Lee Evans movie Mousetrap?
No, I haven't. No.
It just reminds me of all of that. It came out way after this. But then after all that, he kind of trips over a chair.
Oh yeah, he falls over backwards.
He falls over backwards on the chair, and then the deer head starts laughing at him.
That's great. When all that stuff starts going, that really made me laugh.
That was the first scene of Evil Dead I ever saw.
Really?
The first clip I ever saw. I was like, I need to watch this movie.
I'm gonna say this: after all that goes, that shotgun should be useless.
Oh yeah.
It got so wet.
But I just love how the whole room starts laughing with it, and he starts bouncing up and down with the lamp.
Oh yeah, and he starts. This is where I was like, Ash is clearly fucking losing his mind.
Oh yeah, because it gets more crazy than it kind of turns into a weird cry for help towards the end.
Yeah, well, when when Ash turns around and he's looking at everything and he's going a bit mad, the liquid starts to form on his brow.
Yeah.
And it gives him a monobrow, which really makes me laugh as well, because obviously it's the black gunk from the wall.
Yeah. But at that point, he hits on that door and quickly fires the gun at them.
I knew what was going to happen then as well. I was like, that's the others arriving.
Yeah. I feel like they expertly built that up, because it was always that's a bit of normality, but they're slowly getting closer towards the cabin while all this is going on.
And also, what I like about it is they obviously planned. They arrive at the crescendo of Ash starting to lose his mind a little bit.
Exactly.
So he's dead on edge when they arrive.
So when they come in and they jump him, because obviously the bullet grazes Bobby Joe.
Oh yeah.
And they see the blood on the chainsaw. The parents are gone clearly he's murdered them.
Logical.
So they throw him into the cellar, and then they immediately play the rest of the tape, where the professor describes his wife being possessed. Poor old Henrietta, who he had to kill and buried in the fruit cellar.
I like that Ash is listening from the cellar as the body of...
And his eyes are widening because he's realising, oh fuck.
Yeah, here's Mummy.
And there comes Henrietta, who is played by Ted Raimi.
Really?
Yeah, that's him in the costume.
Because he did some of the costume stuff last time.
Yeah, he was one of the fake champs last time. But yeah, he is in that costume. And apparently he got very, very sweaty in it.
I'm not surprised.
And there are some certain shots where he's just on his side and sweat just shoots out.
It's pretty good for the effect, to be fair.
Oh yeah.
The skin coming off there looks really good as well.
Oh yeah.
And this is the first time I was like, this is the first bit that's actually a little bit scary.
Yeah.
The rest of it up till now has been quite funny.
Oh yeah, like it's not like horrifying, but there's good tension, I would find.
Yeah, I like when Ash is obviously trying to escape, and the way he gets out of the cellar is the hillbilly guy just pulls him out by his head.
He just drags him out by the face. And then Henrietta's little now morphed face is like just sticking out, and they're like stamping on the cellar
and the
door.
eye flies out of
Goes
her.
straight to Bobby Cho's mouth.
I literally went, "Oh, she's gonna be possessed."
I found that so hilarious. Like honestly, and then like when they're trying to do the whole like they like Jake and Ash are like just on the cellar door, and Henry's pushing up.
Oh yeah.
And it's like it's just that joke of like. Then
Yeah,
last time.
they've got like 8 fucking guys pushing that underneath. To
Yeah.
get those 2 lads up.
So this is when Ash is trying to explain. Yeah, things aren't
As they sing.
as they seem.
I like that. Obviously, it comes back and pretends to be the mum for real.
Yeah.
And all Ash does to convince her to Annie to not open it is just shake his head. It's like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, she sings Mockingbird and is like, yeah, I sang that too, and you were born in summer, but it was snowing. But then Ed is possessed.
Yes, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting
Bobby Joe.
Bobby Joe, yeah.
And even his makeup, like, it's more goofy than the first movie, but it's much better. Like, his face is more rubbery.
Oh, the physical effects in this, practical effects in this are much better.
Yeah.
Everything just looks better.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, it wouldn't hold up today.
No.
But comparatively speaking,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
so much better.
Like, it looks so goofy, but I also just love it. Ash runs to grab a weapon, but Annie doesn't know, so she just calls him a filthy coward. I just love that so much.
You filthy coward.
Ed bleeds green, apparently.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he's got green blood now.
So
Great.
there's a reason for this.
Go on then.
So if you notice that all the different creatures will bleed different colours,
Oh, okay.
this was because they were trying to get round a hard R rating.
Oh, yeah.
So
So red blood is...
there was like, they were like, okay, we'll give them different colour blood. Yeah, it didn't work, so they just went, okay, we're just gonna release it unrated then.
Yeah. Well,
Because if you're gonna limit our audience, let's do it unrated.
Fair, that makes sense.
So after all that, after they destroy Jake, Jake looks out the window and sees that the trailer's gone,
It's gone.
and a lot of noises just seem to scatter around the cabin.
Oh, before that, I was at this point, I genuinely was like, oh, I thought those 2 were definitely going to be evil. Like they were already possessed or something, or they were just like aids to the demons.
No, they're just hillbilly
Idiots.
hicks.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of noise just scatters around the.
Oh, this popped me so hard.
Yeah.
The way they move their heads.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It was so funny.
And I just love how the camera will distort everything as well.
Yeah, so everything stretches. And
Yeah. Oh, it looks so good. And it's into the bedroom where Jake and Bobby Joe just refuse to go. Like, no. But Annie joins Ash with a lantern. But then...
Yeah, they come and check out the haunted room together. Look at them go.
But then Jake and Bobby Joe go, actually, we're alone out here, so we're going to join you.
Yeah. Well, at this point, I was like, oh, Ash has got his shit together again.
Yeah.
All it took was other people to be around, and he's kind of coming round.
I think because he realized that, oh, there's other people, so at least I know I'm not crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
But I like the moment where Jake and Bobby Joe hold each other's hands. It's like, even though they're kind of not shitty people, not the nicest people, but at least
They like each other.
They like each other. And that's when Annie's dad
becomes... Danhausen appears.
Yeah. Pazoot.
He's very nice, very evil.
Yeah, and he just gives a lot of exposition.
He does, yeah. Really helps.
Really helps, yeah. So this is probably one of my favourite reveals, where Bobby Joe goes to Jake, you're squeezing my hand too hard. It's like, I'm not holding your hand. And it's Ash's decapitated.
Yeah, great. That's absolutely great.
It's such a great joke. And that just scares her off. And she runs into the woods.
She does the dumbest thing.
Which, when I first saw this movie, I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah, she's going to die.
Especially after what happened in the last movie, I was like, oh no.
You don't go running off in the woods on your own.
Yeah. But I do like how they subvert what you think will happen with the trees.
There's no tree rape. No.
There's not in this one. No, they just drag her along the woods and slam her full force into a tree.
One of the trees looks like Oogie Boogie.
Yeah, it literally has a face on it.
Yeah.
It's great. But I love the impacts being represented off like the glass case with the Necronomicon pages being smashed.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
great.
such a good transition.
I love this. Is where we see is it the hero from the sky prophecy?
Yes.
And it's clearly just fucking Ash.
And I love it's like, yeah, they banished the evil ways. Like, he didn't do a good job. Like, oh, Ash,
Yeah,
you
it's
didn't.
you. It's you.
And then Jake turns heel.
Yeah, so I knew the hillbilly was going to cause problems.
But I don't think it's really a heel turn because it's more like, my girlfriend is out there.
Hey,
Can
man,
you please find her?
The best hills are the ones with justification.
Just like Jimmy Uso. But he's like, you want your damn pages? Just throws them into the cellar.
He walks past the fire and I was like, he's going to put them in the fire.
Yeah.
He's going to ruin fucking everything.
But no, he throws them into the cellar and he's like, okay, we're going to go into the woods and find Bobby Joe. And while they're out there, you can see that the trees are actually like turning, like watching them.
Oh yeah.
And the demon starts running towards them. And it's like, as like he screams shouting, Bobby Joe, so you think, oh no, the demon's going to grab them. Nothing happens.
Bypasses someone.
No. Ash gets possessed again.
Yeah, drives straight past, and Ash is kind of at the back of all three of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, go. It's like, is he weak because he's already been possessed once?
I think that's what it is.
He's like vulnerable.
But I just love how there's like red lighting behind him when it happens.
Yeah, it's like
it's so cheesy, but I love it.
those things you learn at like film school that are like, these are subtle signs. This is a not subtle sign.
And he just like points at Annie, like who's like ran back into the cabin, go join us.
I like that he throws was it Jake, the hillbilly guy, into the tree. Like, so fucking hard.
I know. And I love the slow build off, like Annie looking around to every corner in the cabin. She has like the dagger.
That's from that was in the first one.
Yeah, but he don't establish it in this movie. It's there.
Oh, look, we found a dagger with a skull head.
Yeah,
great.
It's like she looks around every corner and she thinks Ash is at the door. The door opens and just stabs Jake right in the chest. And then Ash just appears at the window.
Get the knife. It will cause Jake to bleed out, but don't worry about that.
But what I love is like she tries to close the door, just keeps slamming it into Jake.
She's so bad at trying to clear him out the door.
Pulls him in,
breaks
slams
his ankle,
it again, just breaks his ankles. And then he's like, pull the knife out of me. I'm like, no, don't do that.
He'll bleed out. That's the only thing stopping him bleeding.
Exactly. She does it, and then she has to like pull him away.
I said, surely I had my theories here already. Like maybe that knife will heal Ash. I don't know what it is. It's a special knife.
She's like just tries to pull Jake away, pulls him all the way into the main room. It leaves him right in front of the cellar door. Which
Mummy's back.
Yeah, she gets a nice little snack.
Oh.
And there's just so much blood.
Too much blood.
I love it. I just love like how over the top they go with the blood in this.
I feel just let him go, let him die. He's not worth it.
I love like holding onto his legs while the blood's just like shooting out.
Just let the hillbilly die.
Yeah.
Ash's makeup here is fucking great.
I know, it's so good.
Yeah, the way his face like distorts as well, really cool.
So good. He literally just picks her up, throws her against the wall, and then she's in front of the locket.
He finds the
magic
necklace,
locket, and that brings him back.
Somehow.
That locket's magic, man.
Is it the locket or is it the idea that he's like harking back so it's forcing it out?
Yeah, but it's magic. You don't get how that saved his bacon in the last movie.
Yeah, didn't he use it to pull something out the fire?
He used it to like drag the Necronomicon so he could throw it to the fire.
Oh, yeah.
But what I love is Annie immediately tries to kill him because, don't forget, she knows what's what with how it happened with her mother.
Oh yeah, of course. I wanted to see, they cut away, but I wanted to see him transform back. I wanted them to take that risk.
Yeah. But I love, like, he's like, it's me. And she still goes to chop him again. It's like, oh, you're an idiot.
He's so lucky she's shit with that axe.
I know.
She misses his head by like a few inches.
Like, it's me, okay? Gets so agitated. I'm like, dude, come on.
I don't even know how, they don't know anything personal about each other, so how would you even convince each other?
But they decide they have to go back into the cellar to get the pages. So they go to the tool shed and they have a nice little mini montage of him making his chainsaw hand.
Oh, yeah.
And this is when he utters the most iconic line in Evil Dead history. Groovy.
It's fucking lame.
Do you know how cheesy it is?
It goes too far.
I love it.
Groovy's just the wrong word. Who is he? Austin Powers?
You know what's funny? When you like look at the quote for it on IMDb, it literally says, for some apparent reason, groovy.
It's so weird. Like, I honestly, not to put too much on it, but I've been enjoying this up till then, and I was like, that was lame.
No, every time I've seen that in cinema, it gets a massive pop from the crowd.
Because it's lame.
Yeah, but
they're embracing the lameness.
Yeah, it's so lame it becomes funny.
I don't know.
But
it's the first. For me, it was the first time they missed the mark with being cheesy.
I think it works for Ash because he's like so uncool.
Yeah, he is quite uncool.
But when they go down the cellar steps, there's a little goof there. Those stairs are fully intact.
Oh, and they were broken earlier.
Yeah, when he got thrown down.
Yeah, that is a goof. You're right.
As he walks towards the door inside the cellar, did you notice the Freddy Krueger gloves?
Yes, I did. That was a cool little touch there.
So, do you remember why that is?
No.
So, remember in the first movie, there was the He'll Have Eyes posters.
Oh, yeah.
Wes Craven's first feature film. In Nightmare Before Christmas, Nightmare on Elm Street, they show Evil Dead 1 in there.
They're homaging each other.
Yeah.
Nice,
but this was the last time they did that little tit for tat.
I've written here, by this point, because of what the picture in the I was in the book.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so Ash is going back through the portal too.
Yes.
They're all going back.
I just love how far the pages made it into the cellar.
Yeah, they flew right down there, right?
Yeah. My theory was it was Henrietta doing it, just
throwing them around.
Yeah. Jake Skeleton scares Ash, which I would say was probably it's a good jump scare because you're expecting Henrietta,
for sure.
And you get that.
This is the scene, this basement scene. It's really lit well, like everything looks edgy and dark, and I genuinely think this is the scene somehow. All the basic touches are done much better than the first one.
Yeah.
And it just shows the budget, I think.
Oh yeah. He gets the pages to Annie, but then Henrietta appears from under the stairs.
I said, why is he leaving backwards? Check your surroundings, you fucking idiot.
I think he thought that because I went down there before, I'd be fine.
Oh, yeah.
But I love because Henrietta floats out of the cellar and they have a little mini boxing match.
Yeah, and then this is where
Henrietta hulks up.
Oh yeah. You.
And then becomes a stop motion monster.
I said, so for some reason Annie starts reading the pages that she's supposed to, and then she stops to try and help Ash. No, just keep fucking reading.
Keep reading. That was help. I love the mix of live action stop motion because it's like with stop motion in films was in its infancy. So I like the blending of the two. Probably when this movie first came out, it was really impressive. Mm-hmm. Obviously now it's very dated because the shot's very blurry and everything because they're trying to
hide bits,
chroma key each other into it. But it's really impressive, I find.
Yeah, it was. Especially it works well because they're obviously in a dark room as well, so you can hide some shit in that.
Oh yeah.
Mum can fly now.
Yeah, she can fly. That's the shot where you can see the sweat just.
Yeah, and the suit has a torn ass.
Yes, yes it does. I love how Henrietta does get stopped by Annie singing Mockingbirds.
I'll say, yeah, they really put the subliminal torture back the other way.
Yeah. Oof. But I like the idea that means there's still an element of the person
It's kind of the thing that brought Bruce back.
Yeah.
Ash, sorry.
Yeah.
Brought Ash back is the net from the necklace.
Exactly.
Maybe Mum's just been possessed for too long or dead for too long.
Yeah. Henrietta, as asking the captain says, "I'll swallow your soul," and Ash responds with, "Swallow this."
Yeah, and then blows his head off. There is a point in this fight though where I was like, one split second frame, you can tell that the chainsaw is made of rubber.
Yeah.
It bends.
It is. I love how they actually have a nice little sweet embrace before the demon is summoned.
Oh yeah, here it comes.
And I just love how the cabin's tossed and turned around. And it scares Ash so much that his hair turns white.
Yeah.
I love it because it's stop motion. You can clearly tell they just sprays white onto it. But it's just
bit by bit, yeah.
But it's just such a fun effect.
I said, don't stop to fucking make out, read the fucking pages.
I don't think they were ever going to make out. It was more just
there was a feeling that it was going to, I think.
I never got that because I was like, well, his girlfriend literally died the night before.
Yeah, well, it's cheesy as fuck.
It is cheesy. While Annie's trying to read the second passage, the hand comes back and just stabs her in the back.
Oh.
But it's fine because she still has enough strength to finish the passage.
Now, I said here, Tim, can you quote this passage? Because I feel like this is something you'd be able to do.
Believe it or not, I can't.
Oh, no. All right. You let me down, Tim.
I know I did. So, fun fact about that massive demon.
Yeah.
It was too cumbersome to take back, so they just left it on the lot.
Really?
They had no idea where it was until it showed up at a haunted house attraction 20 years later.
Oh, wow. That's good.
And they were like, fine, keep it.
That's my fucking head. I said here, this is where Groot starts attacking.
Yeah, the trees.
The trees, yeah.
So once the demon goes back through the portal, it's still active and it just drags Ash back with him too.
Why won't it stop? How'd you make it stop? The car?
The classic.
Car? Yeah.
The classic. It goes back and lands in medieval times. That car goes through so much, like...
That poor
torture.
car, yeah.
This is Sam just doing
is it the same one that he's used in Spider-Man?
Yes, that
How
is
did
the
they
classic.
fix it?
Sam gets it, like, redone all the time.
Rebuilt, okay.
Yeah, it lands back in medieval times. He slays a Deadite. You know that knight who starts the initial cheer? That's director Sam Raimi.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. And
I just said, oh great, we're on the set of Monty Python. Holy Grail.
And that's where Evil Dead 2 ends.
I've got a few more notes just for the end. The flying demon looks shit.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
the worst effect in the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's because it's so bright that now
Yeah,
it shows all the problems with it. And now Ash is a hero and he raises the chainsaw like he does in the picture.
Oh, no, in that one he complains. He's like, no, because he's stuck back in time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's, say the line, Bart.
So, yeah, that was Evil Dead 2.
I enjoyed that one much, much more. It looks better, it's smoother. Even with I thought Groovy was the cheesiest thing in the world. And even with Ash he's actually quite fundamentally unlikable.
Yeah, he is.
But it doesn't stop it being entertaining. It's very entertaining.
Can you see why this is my favourite film of all time?
I can see why you're very entertained by it, and I imagine if you saw this as a teenager, why you would become obsessed with it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like those weird things that I think, because the first time watching it at the age of 34, I'm just like, yeah, it's fun. It's good fun, but it would never broach my top 10.
That's fair enough. Like, also,
but I did enjoy it. I did enjoy this movie.
I find this is a movie that's great to watch like with a group of people as well.
Yeah, it's got very The Room vibes.
Yes. Oh, yes. So, we spoke about how there was clearly an increased budget.
Yeah.
3.5 million.
And what was the budget in the first one?
350,000.
So literally,
Yeah.
10 times the amount.
Literally 10 times the budget. And
That all went on the makeup because the makeup looked much better.
And the box office return, 5.9 million.
Oh, so it made a profit.
Barely.
Yeah.
And its RT score, Rotten Tomatoes, 88%.
I think if you're willing to take it as what it kind of is, which is kind of cheesy comedy horror,
Yes.
which is how I'd like to see it, because that for me makes it good at what it's trying to be.
Yeah.
Whereas if you were trying to say it's trying to be a straight up serious horror movie, then I think it misses the mark.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think it was ever trying to be serious.
No.
So, 5 years later, we got Army of Darkness.
My first note is the Monty Python comparison here is going to be hard. It fucking looks like Holy Grail.
So, Sam Raimi originally wanted to call this movie The Medieval Dead. But Universal Pictures refused.
Why?
They wanted it to stand out on its own.
Oh.
So, it was Army of Darkness was created by the uncredited producer of Evil Dead 1 and executive producer of Evil Dead 2, Ivan Shapiro.
Okay.
No relation.
Nope.
Who unfortunately...
From Helen.
Yes. Who unfortunately died 2 years before this movie was made.
Oh, that's sad.
Raimi wanted it to be called Evil Dead 3 Army of Darkness, but again, she was like, this needs to stand on its own, so Army of Darkness was just settled on. However, in its UK release, it was called Army of Darkness, The Medieval Dead.
Nice. So you got what you wanted here.
Yeah.
Shame it's not. Is it on DVD covers here? Because it should be.
No, it's not, unfortunately, because obviously
It is a shame.
Universal owns that, right? So, because they already retcon again.
So yeah, this is straight retconned again, right?
Straight retcon because
Ash is now like a slave or some shit, and he was a
he's
hero.
been captured, yes. Yeah. And they retell elements of Evil Dead 1 and 2 again with another Linda actress.
Third Linda, yeah.
Bridget Fonda.
Oh, is that who that was?
That was Bridget Fonda. And they recreate elements of 2 with the hand being cut off again. But then they reuse the footage of him going through the portal.
Yeah, so it's different. The hand, he's doing it in a different room. So he does it in the kitchen in the first one, but he does it in the living room in this one.
Yes. But then they show the same footage of him going through the portal.
Yeah.
It's strange.
I said so. Did they lose the rights? But no.
No, they didn't. I think...
Even him landing looks different. So they've reshot that as well.
Yeah. Just drop the classic again.
Yeah, that's all he wanted to do, right?
So he gets mistaken by the army for a rogue group, or one of Henry's men. So that's why he's been captured.
Ah, yeah. And I love that they start hitting the car.
Oh,
They think it's like a beast.
Exactly. But then one of the wise men's like, no, this is clearly the man from the sky who's meant to save us. So he takes the chainsaw with him.
I like that they've just completely got rid of him slaying the flying Deadite as well.
Exactly. So they just go straight into that.
So my first note here is, because I enjoyed the second one, this is already too removed and it's already annoying me.
So they go to the castle area. I actually forgot the name of the location. And we get introduced to Sheila.
I see, sorry, before when they've got him in the stocks and he's only got one hand, I'm like, he could definitely take his hand out.
Oh, yeah, come on. Let's pull it out. So we get introduced to Sheila, whose brother was killed by one of Henry's men.
I was like, oh, there's a new lady who's got a dead brother. Ashley's going to bang her.
But she blames Ash like immediately.
Yeah.
Just starts like pulling at his hair, punching him.
So someone goes, who are you? And he goes, who wants to know? I was like, this isn't the time to be a fucking dick, Ash.
Oh, well, like, it's like, I am King Henry of blah, 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 blah. He goes, well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. And so they show off the pit.
The Sarlacc pit.
The Sarlacc pit, where one of Henry's men gets thrown in and 5 seconds later, just a pool of blood shoots out.
Yeah, that guy got.
He got. And another one tries to run away, and Arthur's crossbow just shoots him. I love the POV of the arrow shot.
I will say this. Good shot with that crossbow, although he was definitely aiming slightly up into the air.
Yeah, exactly. So they get ready to throw Ash into the pit. It's like, no, come on, don't throw me in. Sheila throws a rock at Ash's head.
I love just before that, though. He tries to convince Henry to help him, and he's like, they won't listen.
Yeah, exactly.
She clocks Ash right in the head with that rock.
Yeah. And he gets knocked loopy, and he gets pushed in, and as he gets pushed in, he does a front flip in.
Yeah, he goes for that. There was a crash pad that Bruce Campbell wanted to fly onto.
It's like Jeff Hardy impression.
I was like, he full Jeff Hardy'd that.
And of course, there's a Deadite in the pit.
I was like, not another hand. The hand that punches up through the water.
And they have a nice little wrestling match.
I like that. What I thought about this is, it's one of the same kind of demon spawn. Right? Why are they just punching each other? It's so weird. It's actually like a take back from the way they were doing it before. They were vicious before.
Yeah.
Now they're having like just a fist fight.
Yeah, this is like when.
Although she does do a handspring to the nuts, so
yeah.
you know.
And the knights again disappointed that this isn't going as the way they wanted, so they start closing in the spike walls.
The spikes.
So they're cheating, but then the sage is like, "I'll save you," throws down Ash's chainsaw, which lands perfectly on his hand.
Oh, it's so cheesy. It's cheesy.
It's cheesy, but it's so cool.
The way it like clicks on.
Exactly. Like, it shouldn't work, but it does. So he gets a decapitation on that Deadite, but then another one pops out the wall.
Yeah, another one just to chop up.
And he barely escapes.
The way he lassos the chain with his belt.
Exactly.
Like, with one swift moment. It feels like it's almost beyond B-movie.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is like a Studio B movie. Yeah. He gets out, and then he does the "your shoelaces untied" trick to King Arthur. And he falls for it.
Yeah, does they even have shoelaces?
From down here, they appear to be loafers.
I thought at this point, I thought Ash was a normal guy. Why is he now like warrior extraordinaire?
I think at this point, like, he just has so much experience from that one night.
Oh, I don't know. It just doesn't add up.
He's just an unlikely hero.
Because in that first one, even right at the end, he's still like scrapping for every like a piece of advantage and offense he can get on them, and now he's like, "Oh, just kick all their asses."
I think Sam just wanted Bruce to look like a hero. But I love how then, as soon as he actually just threatens the entire town, gets them to free Henry, and then as Arthur's like, "We're gonna have a sword fight."
I like when he goes, "Sword boy!" And he brings him a sword.
Just pulls the sword out and kicks the guy down. But all of a sudden, Ash has the boomstick and just shoots.
Yeah, the shotgun's back.
And he just shoots the sword. I was like, where did he get that from?
Yeah, who knows?
But
Raimi, at this point, clearly does not care about continuity at all.
And then one of the greatest, like, mini monologues. Alright, you primitive screwheads, listen up. This is my boomstick. And he just like explains where he got it from once it's off the line.
I love that he's like telling him which aisle from a shop he got it from. It's so
Shop
fun.
smart. Shop S-smart. So good.
I like when he shot. Then one of the demons climbs out of the pit. And he shotguns it. He does a double backflip.
Yeah.
Back into the hole.
It's so good. And then he gets fed wine and like
grapes
by gorgeous women. That's just like the life you always wanted.
Yeah. First you want to kill me, now you want to kiss me.
Yeah.
Cheese. Utter cheese.
But then a Deadite infiltrates the quarters.
Yes, it gets in, yeah. Into one of the women, right?
Yeah. Just into like a random old woman.
Yeah.
I just love the shot the shot of him like doing the reverse shotgun blast and his reaction, because like chills down his spine.
This is where he finds out that he needs to go get the Necronomicon in order to get home.
Yeah. And so he's like, okay, I'll do that. And we get a montage of him getting a new hand.
This is ridiculous. If he had that kind of level of brains, he'd be a fucking revelation in 1989.
I know. And he says groovy again. I love how he's working on the hands. Sheila comes to visit. It's like, what? Were you raised in a barn? Shut the door. Probably was raised in a barn along with the other primitives.
How is a shop assistant so knowledgeable about creating metals and making a mechanical hand that will work with a stump?
I love it's like, these are too complex for you. You won't know about it. Alloys and stuff.
They should be too complex for him, and he manages to do it. I
know. And they have the enemies to lovers trope.
Oh, give me some sugar, baby. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's gross.
But it's so cheesy, I love it.
Also, she's definitely going to have some diseases. What are you doing, dude?
Oh, yeah. So he must travel to get the book by himself, and before he picks up the book, he must utter 3 words.
Oh, God. Do you know what the words are?
Klaatu, Barata, Nixo.
Yeah, he gets the last one wrong.
Yep, but...
Oh, so there's a point here. I don't know where they're supposed to be. I presume it's the UK, or Europe of some description. Those rocks you see, the kind of 45-degree angled, you only find them in California.
Yeah.
That's like a real thing of the landscape.
Oh yeah, that's for sure in California.
Oh yeah.
The demon chases him on his horse through the woods. He gets
dark all of a sudden.
Yeah, he gets knocked off the horse and he escapes into a windmill. He thinks he sees something in the glass cabinet. He just runs into it so it shatters.
Yes.
And from there spawns mini ashes.
Oh, those mini ashes. They might be my favourite bit about this film.
I love it so much.
And it's like that other ashes back in the mirror before that happens as well, before he breaks it.
I love it because they stab him.
They go full Gulliver, like evil Gulliver's Travels on him.
They stab him in the butt with a fork.
The only thing I don't know is why they're singing London Bridge is Falling Down.
I don't know why he sung that. I think apparently Ash has improvised. Brewster's improvised it. They trip him up and make him burn his face.
Oh.
They make him step on a pin. As he sings London Bridge Falling Down, he steps on it, goes, and they go, my fair lady.
Oh, they're so annoying. But in a funny way.
And they trip up and tie him up.
And then one gets inside him.
They drop one inside of him.
I love his solution is to put boiling water in his own gun.
Got some hot chocolate for you.
So stupid.
And then
that thing would be dead in like minutes with stomach acid.
I know, but so that ash starts to grow out of him.
Oh yeah.
The shot of the eye in his shoulder
looks like a vagina.
But it looks like a vagina, but it just looks so cool. Like it's good practical effects.
Yeah, it's done really well.
I love how he runs out and they both howl at the moon.
Yeah, he now has. First of all, he gets a second head, and then like splits. Like somehow the other Ash has got the metal hand as well.
Yeah.
Don't know how that works, but yeah.
And I love like there's a moment where it's like evil Ash just like pokes him and he's like, I'm blind, and just winks at him.
Bad Ash. This is where Bad Ash reminded me of Jim Carrey.
Literally, yeah. Jim Carrey vibes. It's like, I'm Bad Ash, and you're Good Ash. Little goody two shoes.
Very, very Jim Carrey.
And then Ash like shoots him with the shotgun, and he says a line that's just reminding me of Roman Reigns. He goes, good, bad, I'm the guy with the gun.
Yeah, one of those WWE writers loves this movie.
So he takes him back into the windmill, and he chops him up. And he buries him alive. I
didn't like the cuts during this chainsaw bit. It's really jarring.
It's kind of like keeps fading to black, and it's very like censored.
Yeah, but it's just quite jarring the way it's edited. Yeah.
So after that palaver.
Oh mate, that outside set just straight away after that reminded me of in Blackadder where they're outside.
Yeah.
It's so like cheap and badly done. I was just like, this looks like Blackadder.
He gets to the graveyard, but there's 3 books there. So the first one he grabs, it's like a massive like portal that sucks him inside. Sorry,
there's a joke that I was going to jump back to in my notes. When he's burying Bad Ash's head, he says, "What's that you got on your face?" He's like, "What?" And he just dumps the dirt on his face. Yeah. That was a good joke. I enjoyed that.
So when Ash gets sucked into the portal and the first Necronomicon, he climbs out, his face just elongated.
That's there's a jump in effects there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's like a jump cut because he's shaking his face.
No, but I mean from the last movie. That effect looks much better. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a cool effect.
Oh, because the budget's got bigger and bigger, thankfully, because they got like a big studio behind it.
The way his face goes after that, where it all gets slack and long, really reminds me of The Mask.
Yeah.
That way, obviously, The Mask has all the effects on his face. Really good.
It's really cool. So then he picks up the second book, and it bites him.
Why does he... Yeah, so that book bites him, and then it can fly.
Yes.
Why does he keep throwing it away? It's just going to fly back.
I think it's the idea of, like, get off me, and
it comes back again.
Yeah. He finally goes for a book, but he goes to say the words, and he completely forgets it. So he goes, Klaatu, Barakta...
No, but there's a bit before that. He says, it's definitely an N-word. I was like, don't you dare. Don't
say
you
it,
dare.
Bruce. It's like, I definitely said the words. Grabs it, and of course, everything just goes to shit.
Wow, everything in the village is fucked already. And there's a really cool effect where gravestones just like fly into the air.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
And he gets tripped up by skeletons, and he just do a Three Stooges sketch with him.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of him. Just the hands coming out of the ground.
Poking his eyes.
Yeah, very good. And he tries to block it with his hand.
Yeah.
Then two come from either side. It's very funny.
And as he's escaping back to the castle...
He does a little monologue here, and it's fucking awful.
It's like, just like in the deal.
Oh, it's so awful.
It's so bad. I love it, though. And Evil Ash returns.
I'm learning a lot about how much you love cheese with this series we're doing.
It's so cheesy, but it's like... It's not taking itself seriously.
Oh, no.
I think it's fine.
I don't think it's necessarily my thing. I think that's
fair. So Evil Ash returns from the dead, and this one's also played by Bruce. He's in that makeup.
I assumed it was. You could tell by the face shape because he's got such a defined jawline.
He goes, "I live again." I was like, "That's like, it's such an overly serious line."
So the wizard tells Ash that obviously because he's an idiot, they're all going to come and get him.
It's like, "Did you say these exact words?" Like, well, maybe I didn't. I said every exact syllable, but I basically said the words.
I like when he's pretending he's just going to be like, I've done my bit, you got to send me back. And it's like, well, he's clearly going to help.
Yeah.
That'd be a rubbish end to the movie.
I love how Sheila goes there, like, but what if those sweet words we spoke in private? Oh, that's just what we call pillow talk, baby.
He's a misogynist prick, isn't he?
It's so bad. But, well, like, the Flying Deadite, the one for the ending of the second movie, comes in, swoops in, and grabs Sheila. But, like, she does nothing to escape.
Also, his jump is pathetic. He jumps like half a foot.
At least he actually tried, unlike anyone else.
Yeah, that is true.
I just love like when he like runs like to the castle wall to try and grab a wallet and goes, "No, damn you!"
Oh mate, all the this is where we see all the skeletons and now the army. So they can possess just bones as well.
Yeah, I love the mixture of like stop motion and like live action ones.
Yeah, that's cool.
With one of my favourite lines, like, "Welcome to the land of the living. Now grab a shovel and dig."
What I said is Bruce playing the demon too. I realised that there. Yeah.
He converts Sheila to a demon through the power of tongue.
And that is not a way to put that, Timothy.
That's exactly how he does it.
It's true, but the way you say it is awful.
He Frenches her, and she becomes a demon.
He also drops Ash's sugar line.
Oh yeah.
Piece of sugar. And then, which makes me think there was going to be another thing where it turns out there's another version of Ash that went back and he's now that demon.
Yeah.
But they obviously didn't link that back up. They've abducted not just her, but a bunch of women as well.
Yeah, but they never follow up on that.
No.
So the villagers are deciding to escape.
Ash wastes a shotgun shell here.
He does. The line delivery here is so hilarious. "That's right, go ahead and run. Go home and cry to mama."
Nice.
That is a line that me and my friends quote to each other all the time.
Yeah, I can see that.
Is
that when someone's trying to leave the bar early, Tim?
Oh yeah, it's a big like drunk line. And you always have to put emphasis on mama. So he suggests that they go and work with Henry the Red, because the enemy of the enemy is my friend.
Obviously, yeah, that makes sense.
And the first person to go, "Yeah, I will work with you," Ted Raimi.
Oh, is that who that is?
No.
He's just all over the place.
Another cameo.
He's like, what's his face? Who's always in the Adam Sandler movies?
Oh, Rob Schneider?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Rob Schneider appearing all over the place.
Yeah, you know, it's nepotism at its finest.
It is, yeah.
As we discussed in the Evil Dead episode, he's also in the Spider-Man movies.
Who was he in that again?
He's the assistant in the Daily Bugle. The one who goes,
yeah.
Dr. Octopus.
Yes.
I hail it. Train it. So we cut back, and Sheila's now a pale demon lady.
Yes, she is. She's all demoned up.
It's like, it's so good to be bad. Yep, cheesy.
Cheese.
We get a nice montage of them preparing to fight.
I love that Ash has got... So they obviously start working on his car, but he's also got like 1 million chemistry books in his car.
So all the stuff in
He's Ash a terrorist?
So no, fun fact, all the stuff in it, that was just what Sam Raimi left in his car.
Did he do like chemistry at uni or something? Was that the...
Well, I think the chemistry stuff, obviously, that's plot related stuff, but all like the gas, the Coke bottle, the Fangoria magazine, that was just left in Sam's car.
Sam Raimi's a slob.
Oh, he is, but that's what I love about it.
This is again where I said, why the fuck is Ash teaching these people who fight with swords and they're an army? Why is he teaching them stupid combat?
He's also teaching the wise men chemistry. I love how the skeletons have a full, like, marching band.
Oh yeah,
with the bagpipes, the drums.
Welcome to the Black Parade over here. All they need is some fringes, man. Ash is preparing for a fight that he's fucking caused.
Pretty much.
I like the skeletons in the band. Like you said, the Scottish ones with bagpipes, amazing.
It pops me hard.
One of them's wearing Triple H's weird Nazi crown.
Time to play the game.
Yeah.
The dynamite on the arrows.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea. I love...
Now, I've got a note here that I think really goes against this whole... The whole last scene is fun.
Yeah.
The dead shouldn't feel organised. They should be fucking chaotic.
I get that.
Because they've been chaotic in even the first one, pre-canon.
Yeah.
They were chaotic in the last one. And they're like an organised military unit, which I don't think makes any sense.
I think...
They'd be scarier if they were super chaotic.
I get that, but also I just love the idea of it. Like, because you have, like, General Ash on one side and General Evil Ash on the other.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, you can still have him be, like, leading the army, but the army could just be that of chaos.
I get that.
They feel like they're all like, in rows, like a fucking proper Roman battalion.
Yeah. I love when the dynamite arrows go off and Ash goes, yeah, baby! Like, he's just enjoying it.
Yeah, he's gotten a bit weird.
The skeletons have a ram that they're trying to use to get through the gate.
Yes, and they try to go. They also use catapults here, right?
They both do, yes.
Yeah, and the catapults, they're cool. There's some budget right there.
Yeah. I love how Ash slaps Arthur and Jordan, and Arthur's like, are you trying to attack me? He just looks dead serious, like, how dare you? And as...
Why is that door not already buttressed that they're...
Because Ash isn't a good general.
Ah, yes, yeah, that makes sense.
I love how when Evil Ash is trying to, like, give orders, his jaw just comes loose.
Oh, that's so good. That was really funny. That made me laugh.
And one of the skeletons, as they're, like, pushing the ram, goes, put your backbones into it.
Nice joke. They all go, the humans all go Home Alone style as well. Just start dropping rocks from the top.
Yeah, yeah.
The skeleton puppets are amazing. They're so funny.
So good. I love when the skeletons make it in, they do that, the humans do that, like, fighting technique, and it worked.
Oh, it's so dumb, though.
It gave me, like...
How can you... Again, these guys are, like, taught to fight with broadswords.
Yeah.
And these, like, this is how I'd fight with a stick. Badly.
And I was expecting, like, an Indiana Jones moment when I first watched it, when they do that and the skeletons go...
Stab them, yeah. Oh, Indiana Jones.
But as this is happening... Ash summons the tank.
Oh, his car's amazing.
It's so good.
This is one of the best bits of this movie. The car coming up.
Driving around. But then Sheila causes a distraction, which causes us to flip over the tank.
The car they could have had so much fun with the car doing damage before that happened. It only lasts a few seconds.
But I love how she just, like, it immediately just tries to stab him.
I said, tactically speaking, Ash should have had a hidden garage or something, hide the car outside under some hay.
Exactly.
And when they pull up to the front, just mow everyone down.
As this is happening, Henry's men arrive at equal the playing field, but you don't see them while they're fighting.
No.
Because all the action is inside the castle at this point.
And Bruce annihilates 3 skeletons in hand-to-hand combat. So why, like, if this fucking shop assistant can do it, how are they not just murdering them? I don't understand.
As Ash gets closer to the book, Sheila jumps him again, and she goes, "You found me beautiful once, like, honey, you got real ugly."
Yeah. Why isn't he using the chainsaw as well?
It's like he forgot he had it.
Yeah, man. It's your best weapon.
It honestly is. He impales her and just flips her over the castle wall, and we don't see her for a while. So he fights off his evil half. And they have a really fun fight sequence.
That is good fun, yeah.
It's obvious that it's evil Ash, like someone else is in his makeup, and like Bruce being himself. And
Yeah.
there's ADR.
The lines, yeah.
The lines
sure.
in.
I like when he spears him and the spear does fuck all.
Yeah. I love it when he's on the staircase, he's fighting, like...
I have the high ground, Anakin.
Yeah. He's fighting a skeleton above him and Evil Ash below him.
How? He's a shop assistant. The fuck?
Blind luck, I would say. I love it when he lights his face on fire so Evil Ash becomes a skeleton and goes, I got a bone to pick with you.
That's a good line. That's a great line.
But,
And then Ash wins by just punching him in the face.
and his eyes spin.
Yeah.
He gets knocked off and
Oh, he
Evil
gets
Ash
launched, yeah.
stands on the catapult where dynamite's on there and the fuse is going onto it.
Ash creates the first firework in the UK.
Exactly. Blows them up. And so the skeleton army just immediately retreat.
And Sheila comes back, how fortuitous.
Yeah, and they embrace.
I like... The lore made sense in the first one, and I feel like they've broken half of their own lore in this one.
They just make it up as they go along.
Yeah.
Arthur and Henry, they make up and they become pals.
Nice, hug it out, they hug it out.
So Ash is sent back to his own time.
I was like, is Ash going to fuck this up? Because he fucks everything up with these spells and...
We'll get to that. So it's revealed that he's been telling the story to Ted Raimi, and that's smart.
Yes, he has, yeah.
So...
I genuinely thought Sheila was going to come back to the 80s with him.
No.
That would have been fun.
So he asked him, did you say every word right? Like, I didn't say every exact syllable right. So he already fucked it up again.
At this point, if you work with this guy, you'd be like, this guy's a fucking crackhead, man.
But then he has one more fight with a Deadite.
Yes, he does.
Which I love. But I love how he's on the trolley, he misses all but one shot.
Why does he throw the gun in the air before jumping on the trolley?
Looks cool.
But what if he didn't catch it?
It looks cool. I love how he launches a Deadite into the trampoline, just shoots her as he flies
really...
over.
Also, he wouldn't be working in the shop. He'd be a millionaire for that hand he made.
Exactly. Ends the line with an embrace with Linda, who seems to be alive, because that is Linda. Hail to the King, baby, which is also one of the big iconic lines of the Death franchise.
Hate that line.
And the movie ends. But that's not the original ending.
Okay, what's the original ending?
So, the studio wanted the original ending to be changed because it was not a good conclusion. So, as you know for the first two movies, something bad always happens to Ash, right?
It's gotta.
He takes a potion and wakes up in a post-apocalyptic America because of a nuclear annihilation, and it's him crumbling to the ground screaming, I slept too long! And that's how it was going to end.
I would have preferred that ending.
So would have I. You can watch that original ending on the Blu-ray.
In my head, that's my new headcanon now.
It's honestly, I prefer that ending.
Yeah.
So, the budget of this movie? 11 million.
Makes sense.
The box
They
office
had real catapults.
The box office return, 21.5.
Oh wow, that did alright.
That's a flop. Because I don't get marketing budget.
Ah, marketing, yeah.
So, this was Bruce Campbell's first and only big studio lead role because of it. The Evil Dead franchise went to hibernation, like movie-wise, for 20 years. But first off, what do you think the critical percentage is?
Lower than the second one.
How much lower do you think?
A lot.
68%.
But there's a fair bit then. 20%. That's quite a lot.
Yeah. I think that's unfair.
I don't.
Really?
I didn't enjoy this one very much.
Really?
No.
Oh, God.
They break their own law too much, which you have to remember, their main audience is fucking nerds, right?
Yeah.
Horror nerds, whatever, right? Nerds love canon.
But I think that's the fun of Evil Dead. There is no canon. It's just demons having fun in a wacky settings.
I don't know. I just didn't love it as much as I genuinely really enjoyed the second one.
Yeah.
And if someone suggested watching it, I'd watch it again and enjoy it. I don't think I would want to watch this one again.
That's fair enough.
Do you think? Oh, you obviously Evil Dead 2 is your favourite movie.
Yeah. This is third
after the first one.
No,
or after the new one.
After the most recent one.
Okay.
Yeah, which we'll talk about.
I just didn't. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even put my finger on what it was. I didn't like the change in setting.
That's fair.
The medieval thing has been overdone. I'm also I love Back to the Future, but my least favourite one's the third one. So why do they have to go 100 years into the past?
That's fair enough. See, I like it. I think it's just because it's just so much like, oh, we've already seen it twice in the cabin in the woods, and it's just such a big change up, and it feels like, especially with this ending, it's like a big like let's give the character of Ash his big hero send off kind of thing, and like it's fun, it's goofy. Again, I caught this when I was like a teenager, so maybe it got me at that right moment in time.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
So now it's just stuck, and obviously like, well, as you know, a lot of this like I reference all the time with my friends and everything, so it's probably one of those things that shaped like how I.
I think there's similar things with me with things like Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Because I can go back and watch them and now realise, especially the first one's fun, the second one, but I've still got a soft spot for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I like the second Bill and Ted as well. Like, they're cheesy, but like you can acknowledge their flaws but still enjoy it.
Oh yeah, I just sting it. I'm watching this for the first time at 34.
Yeah.
Post, going through, I've got fucking degrees and looking at this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, it's like a nah.
That's it. But I always enjoy like the camera work, and like Sam Raimi is like one of my favorite directors as well. So seeing just like how he's just having so much fun with a medieval setting.
I think the camera work was better in the second movie. They were in a tighter space, and I think they did more with it.
That's true. I can.
Production-wise, with a smaller budget, I still think the second film looked better.
Okay.
Because again, like I said, darkness hides a lot of flaws as well. I think that helps. Yeah. Also, I like the idea of the dead. The scary thing being the dead can possess any of them.
Yeah.
Especially if they get hurt or whatever, or venture too far outside. Whereas it's just like, okay, the humans are no longer vulnerable to this.
Yeah.
They are now just fighting an army of skeletons. I don't like the change.
Yeah, I can understand. You could probably see with that why the studio wanted it to be such a departure, but yeah, because I didn't even mention this was going to be the original idea for Evil Dead 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It makes sense because the second one was just a redo of the first one.
Yeah. So I think Sam always had this just idea of pushing its boundary, but after this, Sam Raimi didn't really touch the Evil Dead franchise, and we'll get back to that at a later date because Bobby. What's my recommended reading for the next episode?
You know me. I like a British comedy. I like a chill comedy, actually. I like a subtle, understated comedy. I'm going to go with Mackenzie Crook's fantastic Detectorists. BBC original. We're going to watch the first 3 episodes. Story-wise, I think it holds up that way. It's not so much of a random sitcom with the status quo being reset. There's a long overarching story, so let's do it. 1, 2, and 3.
Cool.
Of Detectorists. I think it's currently on Netflix.
Oh.
But it is also on the iPlayer, I believe, and we'll stay on there because it's one of their things.
Sounds great. If you'd like to follow me on all the social medias, I am at the Tim Martini.
I love the way you gestured towards me as if I didn't know it was my turn.
Just in case, you know. I don't know if maybe you're expecting me to say your socials or...
No. If you want to follow me on Instagram at bdaviescreative _creative. I'll say that again.
Yes.
If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm at bdavies _creative. Also the same on Threads. There is also now a Cult Classic Society Threads. I don't think we've used it as much as we probably should have. But, these new things, they take time. We got to warm up to them.
Look, we don't know how to use social media, okay? It's scary to us. But if you would like to follow us...
I've got one more thing to plug.
Oh, yes, you do.
Follow Purpose Wrestling on everything as well. At Purpose Wrestling on everything except Twitter, or X, where it's at Wrestle Purpose.
Because someone stole the name.
Yeah, don't. And YouTube as well. We are affiliates now. You can subscribe to us on YouTube and become a member and get all the extra shit.
What's the extra shit?
Well, you can watch the shows properly in full rather than broken down matches.
Exactly. Watch the entire shows, everyone. They put so much work into them.
I do. I put loads of work into this, and David puts a little.
And if you'd like to follow the podcast, we are CC Society Pod on Instagram, Threads, and the TikTok. And if you want to send us an email, it's ccsocietypod@gmail.com. I've been Tim Martini.
I'm Bobby Davies.
And we'll see you all next time.
Thanks for listening.
Wait, who shot Mr. Burns?
It was you.
Yes.